Good morning. This topic I'm going to explain you about exception handling, how to write a simple program using exception handling concept. What is this exception handling? Why we need exception handling in a C++ programming? What are the different building blocks available in exception handling? Normally, we are executing the program. Whenever we compile the program, it is executed in a sequential manner. It is not at all possible. Sometimes there may be abnormal condition happen. So in normal execution, statement by statement, the execution takes place. Sometimes if any abnormal is coming, we called that as a exception or error. So that condition is unusual conditions. There are several errors or exceptions available in C++. The exception may be due to the poor understanding of the programs. So we called that as a syntax error. The syntax errors are errors that occur when you violate certain rules of writing a C++. Simple writing, declaring a variable without a semicolon, or a data type declaration with a capital and small letter difference. So these are the syntax error. This syntax error happened due to the poor understanding of the problem statement. Then logical error. These errors are depends on the logical thinking of the program. If the program is a program to find the factorial of a given number, so the logic behind the factorial of a number is repeated multiplication. N factorial means it is nothing but n into n minus 1 up to 1. 5 factorial means 1 into 2 into 3, 4 into 5. So the logical code we have to write correctly, otherwise this logical error will happen. Runtime error, this error occur during the runtime. Okay, after compiling. Example, see, we want to divide two integer number. So in that case, we need to get a two variable, numerator and denominator. If the denominator is 0, we cannot apply the division operation. So if the numerator is having the value and the denominator is 0, means that is called as the exception case. That error happened at runtime, because runtime only we are getting the input. Then semantic error, this error due to the improper use of the program statement. So these are the different error occur at compile time and runtime. These errors are due to the different scenario. These errors are happen. So we need a certain mechanism to handle such type of errors or unusual conditions. So the exception handling in C++ is defined as a method that take care of surprising condition like runtime error. So this exception handling is a new concept which is applied in a C++ code to identify the unusual condition. If that unusual condition is happen, it is going to tell how to rectify that error, what error is coming, and if that error is coming, means how to handle that error. All such things are defined in the exception handling problem. So the exception handling, it indicates the problem that occur during the program execution. These are infrequently occur. This exception provide a way to transfer the control from one part of the program to the another part of the program. This exception circumstances arises when the program is running. Example, I told the division by 0 exception. Why we need exception? We can apply this exception concept to allow the program to continuously executing without any interruption, and terminate the program in a proper controlled way. It is security is enhanced. So it makes the C++ program robust and fault tolerant one. Easily we can identify if your program is complicated problem is considered, which needs lengthy of a code. So which code the error is coming, that we can identify using the exception handling concept. The exception can be classified into two types: synchronous exception and asynchronous exception. Synchronous example, the array index out of range exception, or stack overflow or underflow exception. That is a synchronous exception. Asynchronous exception happen due to the hardware part. So this synchronous exception occur during the program execution due to the some of the fault in the input data or some of the technical fault which are not suitable to handle the current exception program. Example, array index out of range exception, stack overflow, underflow exception. These are the technical cases where some of the fault is happening. Asynchronous exception, this exception caused by the event or the faults unrelated to the program, which are due to the hardware part. Errors such as the keyboard interrupt, hardware malfunction interrupt, disk failure interrupts. These are the exception called as asynchronous exception. So the exception handling mechanism in C++ is designed to handle only synchronous exception, because synchronous exception is exception which occur due to the poor understanding of the program. So the software exceptions are called as the synchronous exception. So in a C++, the